Okay, so the questions are either going to be on the cell cycle. Remember, when you have a continuous cell cycle that doesn't stop, that's when you have cancers and overgrowths like that. Also, guys, most important part of the cell cycle, grow, it's the replicating of the DNA. This right here. You basically have a cell that has one set of DNA, one set of DNA. Now we have two sets of DNA, okay, then we divide. Also, during mitosis, we have prophase, no nucleus, chromosomes, but they're disorganized, middle, they line up in the middle, that way we can connect them and rip them apart. Anaphase, they're being pulled away, but then the difference between anaphase and telophase is you actually see two new nuclei forming. Okay, also crossing over increases genetic diversity. You got a question on that, where and this only happens during meiosis, because guys, you do not want genetic diversity when it comes to your skin cells and your body cells. You want, if you get a cut, you want that exact same skin cell to come and replace that one that was cut. Okay. Okay. Did we do these right here?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first question. Okay. So turn to this question. Okay. Checkpoints occur between stages of the cell cycle. If a cell does not meet a certain criteria at the end of the stage, it will not move to the next stage. Which of these occurs just before the cell enters G2? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, G2, before G2, okay? So before G2, what happens just before G2? Well, if this is G2, this happens before G2. What does S do?
It's the
Replication of DNA. Okay? Okay, down here, this stage of the cell cycle picture below may be best described as, these look like they're lined up directly in the middle.
Metaphase.
Okay? Yes, metaphase. Prophase, I would think, I wouldn't think that's prophase, or if it was prophase, they would kind of be, if this is the centriole here, and this is what's grabbing onto the chromosomes, if they were on prophase, maybe one would be here, one would be here. They wouldn't be lined up in the middle. Next one, this is prophase. Okay, I should have just looked right here. Here's your centrioles that are going to line them up, but they're all wonky. So this is prophase, also prononucleus. The nucleus is dissolving, but it's still there vaguely. Okay. Next one. Okay, it says the diagram above shows the process of meiosis. You know this because it's sex cells, okay? Also, it talks about, I actually see crossing over, DNA replication and recombination, so it is making genetically diverse sister chromatids. Okay, so it says results in. Now, this first A says a decrease in the total number of cells per organism. Guys, this looks like it's increasing in cells, am I right? So it's not a decrease, okay? B, a reduction in the number of chromosomes per cell. Yeah, you start with 2, you get 1. So what did you guys all put if you didn't put that? Okay, C, a single fertilized egg. It's a gamete, it's an egg or sperm. A group of genetically identical. Okay, so right here you have a black, then a white. Then you have DNA replication and recombination, so they're recombining. Look at, you see some white legs with the black, white and black, black with white, white with black, okay? They're not genetically identical. Okay, I could see how you picked D because this wasn't in a better resolution, but whenever you see that, if any of them kind of look a little bit different, they're not genetically identical. Okay, which of these must occur during S phase? Okay, so it goes GSGM, growth, replication, growth, mitosis. So S phase is replication. Which one says that?
A.
A, good. Okay, next one.
That one is
Which phase is it pointing to? This was a star question. It's pretty easy. Okay, so I'm torn between anaphase and telophase. What do you think it is?
I'm thinking anaphase.
Because this looks like it's metaphase, maybe starting to become anaphase. I want to say it's anaphase being pulled away. This is what I would think telophase was, is if you kind of saw the nucleuses forming, but they were still in the same thing. Hopefully your STAR test wouldn't give you something. I wish they wouldn't have given you both of these answers.
Yeah, because I picked Telophase.
Want the government one?
I honestly think
The one at the end looks like Telophase.
this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or how about this? If they wanted anaphase, I wish they would have done one to where it was still closer together, being pulled away. Then it would have been more obviously anaphase. Okay. Reproduction in animals depend on the producing a gamete. So right now we're talking about sex cells, meiosis, sex cells. Which of these processes produce a daughter cell?
Meiosis.
Meiosis. So guys, right when you hear things like sex cells, egg, sperm, meiosis, half, you know it's meiosis, okay? Okay. Telophase is a stage of the cellular process that begins after chromosomes have moved to opposite poles in the cell. During which cellular process does telophase occur? It occurs during mitosis, because remember mitosis is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay. Scientists can bioengineer skin in a laboratory. Is skin a sex cell or a body cell?
Body.
Okay, good. Keep that in mind. To treat severe burns and other types of skin injuries. This bioengineered tissue is grown from living cells. The cellular process that enables the cells to grow is
Mitosis.
mitosis. Remember how I said in the beginning of the video? You have to use mitosis to grow and to heal, like to regenerate. Okay. Okay, this was a really good STAR question that was on a real test. So, this says complete sets of DNA. So guys, this is during your growth phase because you just still have one set of DNA. But during synthesis, what happens? DNA replicates from one set to two sets. And then this is G2, and it grows again. So it says, which part represents the S phase, the synthesis, where you synthesize new DNA?
Dose.
2. I thought that was a very fair question. I like this one too. When cells leave the cell cycle, they exit during G1 phase, then enter GO phase, a resting period. Most normal cells can leave GO phase and re-enter the cell cycle before entering S phase. Cancer cells are different because they cannot enter GO phase and are likely to do which one. So, we always know, thank you, we know it's cancer because they replicate nonstop. They don't stop. They don't have any of that machinery. So ready? Do cancer cells fail to complete S, mutate during G1, repeat the cell cycle continuously, die after completing mitosis? Yeah, we wish they died. They complete it too many times. They don't mutate, okay? Okay, we already had this question. Did you notice I put it on twice?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, and the last question, a mutation that occurs in a gamete. Okay, so right now, gamete,
Meiosis.
meiosis, sex cells. Okay. The gamete of an organism will most likely be transferred to. So what is a gamete?
Sex cell.
Sex cell, egg and sperm. Who gets the egg and the sperm?
Offspring.
Your offspring. Good. That's what makes your offspring. You don't give it to your siblings. Ew. You don't give it to other things. Well, you know. The mating partner. I mean, gross technically, but you transfer that to your offspring.
I don't want to hear about that again.